Hi everyone, in a new series on my YouTube channel, I'll be showing you how I build clones of landing pages from scratch with React. And to start with, I'll be showing you how to build a daily dev clone of this landing page. So this is a daily dev, and this is the already built clone that I have. Of course, it doesn't have the extra features and links and all of that, but you can see the basic layout of daily dev. So I'll be showing you how I built this from scratch, and also in the video description I'm going to leave timestamp so you can see how I built the header. I can show you a timestamp where I built the sidebar, and I'll also show you a timestamp where I built the main content. So let's jump right into it. Okay, so for today we're building the daily dev clone, which you can find on app.daily.dev. And on the website, on the landing page here, you can see this is a sidebar. These are the different cards of content, articles, or videos. You have the top bar here, and you can basically just keep scrolling to see others. So yeah, this is what we'll be building. And what I have currently, so I created this with Create React App. And I just did daily.dev, and it installed all the dependencies and every file that we currently have here. And basically what I just did was to clear this out and only keep what I need. So I have an empty div here, and I also added this constant file which has demo data. So of course daily dev is fetching all of this from an API, or I don't know how it works at the back, but I have demo data here. And as you can see with this data, the first one is a sponsored post where you have the name, the image, and who it is sponsored by. And for my data here, I have the name, image, and who it is sponsored by. For the other cards, you have the logo, the name, the date, the read time, the image, and the reactions. And you can also find it here, the logo, the date, read time, name, image, and the reaction. So the reactions are likes, comments, bookmarks. The likes, you can also call them upvotes, but I'll just leave it as likes. Yeah, the comments and the bookmarks. For the icons, currently I don't have the icons, so I'm going to show you how I go about the icons of all of these things. So without further ado, let's jump to building a daily dev clone. One more package or one more dependency I installed was styled components. I don't need this line. So I installed styled components because that's how I want to go about my styles. You can use SCSS or any CSS in GSS library that you want if you're building yours. But yeah, I'll be using styled components. And if you're new to styled components, it's just like CSS in JS. I would show you how it is. Of course, I may not really explain how it works, but I'll show you how to use it. So I'm going to run npm run start to see my React. Of course, it's going to be an empty div tag. So yeah, it's empty. Okay, let's start. So if I'm building something like this, the first thing I start from is the main, which is the main layout, the whole layout. I think I can close this. Yep. So I'm going here and I'll create a component directory, and in it I'm going to create a layout.js file. Default function layout. Okay, and then import styled from styled components, and I'm going to create a container styled component, which is a div tag. And in this layout I am going to return the container. Awesome. Like I've done anything. Anyways, so the next thing I want to do, I'm sorry if I keep saying first thing. The next thing I want to do is to get the background color, because I can see there is a main gray. I have this extension called eyedropper, and with the eyedropper, I'm just going to pick this color, and yeah, pick this. And I'm going to store this color in a variable, in the index.css variable, using the root selector, and I'll just call this main color. Yeah, and this is going to be the dark gray. Another thing I need to add, which Create React App doesn't do, is to add a box sizing to all elements. If you don't know what a box sizing does, it helps you, how do I explain this? it helps you kind of specify the box of an element. And I cannot really go into the details, but box sizing just helped me to avoid padding conflicts, like having a padding and then it overlaps the screen or overlaps its container. With the border box, whenever you apply a padding, it's kind of containing that element in the box. I'm sorry if I cannot explain this graphically, but you can read more on it. So back in the layout file, in this container, I'm going to have a background color of the variable, which is main color, and this is going to be with 100%. Stop doing this. And then minimum height is going to be the vertical height of the screen. And yes, so going back to app.js, I'm just going to remove this and I'll call this layouts. Okay, and let's go back here. Boom, we have our gray. That's a very huge first step. The next thing is so we have the header. We have the header here, we have this sidebar here, and then we have this content here. So let me start from the header. Another thing I forgot to say is I already have the header logo here, which I got from the daily.dev website. So yeah, this is the header. So let's work on a header component. For the header component, export default function header. If you're wondering why I'm not importing React at the top, I think the new versions of React allow you to not have to import React at the top and still do React things, JSX and stuff. So yeah, that's why. And for the header, I'm going to have a header styled component, styled.div, awesome. And right here, I am going to return header. Okay, so there is a conflict because the name of this component is header and the name of this styled component is header. So I'm just going to call this S header. That is just styled header. So yeah, conflict resolved. In the header, I have this logo here, and then I have the currently logged in user, which is me, of course. So where do I start from? I'll start from the logo. So this is going to be display flex because I like flex containers, and the justify content property is going to be space between. So space between means this will be here and that will be at the edge. And I'm going to have I'm going to call this daily dev logo. I'll give it that class. And for the image, so since this is in the public directory, the source is going to be logo.png. And for the alt attributes, because alt attributes are good on image elements, I'll just give this a daily.dev logo. And for the other part, which is this, I'll just give this a kind of user class. Yeah, this is the user class. And I'm not going to worry about the clicking. I'm not going to add all of that. But yeah, this is the user class, and in this user class there is the count, or I don't know, what do you call this? Tacos or points? I don't know, I can just call this points. And I'm going to give it a hard-coded value of 50. And for the next part is going to be the user image, and this is going to have an image. And for the source, I'm just going to give this the source of my current image on my website, which, if I remember the link correctly, is this. And for the alt, Dillion Megida's avatar, the airbender. Haha. Okay, so I have this. Time to do more styles here. This feels like a padding of 20 or 15. It feels like a padding of 20 pixels at the left. Or instead of that, I'm just going to give it a height. And for the height, I think there are extensions that you can use to get height of things, but I don't have that extension currently, so I'm just going to use my eye or my instinct. For the height, I will just give the height of 80 pixels, and I'll determine later if I like it. For the align items, this is going to be center because I want the items at the center vertically. And for the image, I have to specify a width. And so I'm just going to use the image class daily.dev logo, and this is going to be a width of 200 pixels. Let's see how that looks. For the image property, I'll give it a width of 100%, so it takes the width of the container. Let's see what we have currently. So in the layout, I would come here and come on, what's happening? Okay, so here I'll have the header, and let's see what we currently have. Okay, this is my picture and it is very huge. Okay, let's fix this. So in the header components here, let me see if I can zoom this in a bit so that you are following along. This feels so big, but hopefully if you're watching you can see it clearly now. I think I can also close that part. Okay, so for the image, I'm going to have user, and this is the user, and the points is going to, I'm going to give this span block. For the width, this looks like the width and the height looks like, I don't know, 60 pixels. So this is 60 pixels and the height is 60 pixels for the count. And yes, I'm going to give it a text align of center, or I'm just going to use flex. Well, since I'm going to be doing a lot of center and center, I'm just going to create a class here which I'll call center, and this is going to be flex align items center justify content center. Okay, so for this point here, I'm just going to also give it center, and since it already has a display of flex, I don't need this anymore. And for the user image, and if you're wondering why I'm using this ampersand, so the ampersand is basically going to concatenate the user and this image, so it's going to be user image. Yeah, I think that's one of the things with SCSS in most frameworks. So for the image, I'm also going to have a width of 60 pixels, a height of 60 pixels, and for the image, this is going to take 100. Come on, what's wrong with my extensions today? It's going to take a width of 100%, a height of 100%, and an object fit of cover. Come on, extensions. Awesome. How does it look? Okay, we are almost there. So this doesn't feel like the same. So I think this image is actually big, and the text doesn't even show. I think that's because of the color. So white. Oh, so it shows at the top there. So I think on this place, I'm also going to have a display of flex. Well, instead of doing display flex a lot, come on. Instead of doing flex a lot, I'm just going to have dot flex, so display flex. Yeah, feels easier. So for the user, I'm going to have flex here, and then basically what I have to do is align items to be center. How does it look? Nice. I think this also has a border at the bottom. Let me see if I can get the color of the border at the bottom. If I zoom in, does it help? Why is the extension loading? Okay. Give me 100. I think I'm just going to take the color of this gray here. Yes. Okay. So the header has a border bottom of 1 pix. I don't know why I keep using strings. Yeah. How does it look? Nice. Nice. So it looks like this. And I want to have the image smaller. So what I'm going to do here is, in this place, I'm going to just give this a variable of size, and I'll call this 60 pixels, so that for this place, for this place, for this place, for this place, I can all use the size variable. So instead of changing 60 pixels everywhere, I can just change it in these few places. It feels nicer. So I'm going to use 40 pixels. Should look smaller. Yeah, this feels more like it, right? I feel so. There is also a light gray in this count here. I'm just going to steal that with my favorite extension. And yeah, for the count, for the points, I'm just going to give you a background color. Oh, come on. Of this. Awesome. Aha, more like it. Yeah. So I'm also going to give this a padding left and a padding right, so that there is some space at the edges. So back to this place, padding. I don't want any padding in the vertical angles, but I need a 20 pixels padding at the left and right. Great. So as for this isn't perfect because the image that I got from daily.dev doesn't have the background. So why does this have the background? Let me see if I can quickly get the daily.dev asset. So yeah, this is the logos. This is where I got it from. Yeah, and this is the wide. Why does it have that sort of background? This was the one I got. Why does it have that background? What about this? Everything is white here. Ah, boy. Well, we'll just use it like that. Yeah, that's what we have. So I'm also going to reduce the width because the logo looks kind of big. So let's go with 150 pixels. Does that look better? Maybe a little bit smaller again. Okay. Yeah. If I use a multiply, what's its blend mode? If I use a mixed blend mode of multiply, does it hide the background? Oh no. Definitely doesn't. Here. What if I use lighting? And what if I use overlay? Okay, we're just gonna use it like that. Yeah, so we have this and we have this, and I think there's also borders around this. So there's border here of this looks like 4 pixels. Sorry, these are my eyes. You can go, if you're doing this on your own, you can actually inspect the code to get the actual values. You can kind of go deep in here, inspect. But yeah, I don't want to use so much time, so I'm just going to use my eyes for this. So for the point, I'm going to give, so I love variables a lot because they make things easier. So I just give this 3 pixels, border left, top, radius, and border left, bottom radius. I don't know why these are 2. It should be 1. There is something wrong about what I'm doing. Border left, top. Really? Border top, left. Border bottom, left. Right. Great. Okay, 3 pixels was pretty small. I'm just gonna have 7 pixels if that makes a difference. Oh yeah, looks like it does. Maybe a bit like 10. Yeah, works. Then for the image has on all angles the same 10 pixels. So since it's the same 10 pixels, I'll have this up here so that the image can also have access to this. So this is going to be radius, and I'm also going to have an overflow of hidden so that the image doesn't show outside the radius. And boom, looks nice, doesn't it? Yeah, it does. but it looks like the header is a bit taller than it should. So I probably want to fix this a little. I don't know why I'm trying to shoot for pixel perfect. But yeah, looks almost like it, right? It does. Okay, we're done with the header, and we're done with well, I think the size of this is bold. Should I worry about font? So for this, I'm not going to worry about font. Or should I? I'm not going to worry about font, but you can go further to. I have this extension here, which is called What Font, and I can actually use it to inspect the font that is used. Oh, they even use System UI. Oh, so I don't need to worry about downloading any font. Okay, great. So I think I would have to go to my index here, and where is System UI? Okay, so can you give me System UI? Yeah, I want that to take more priority. Okay, then this takes a font. Even with the fonts, the what fonts here, you can actually let me see if I zoom this in. Come on, why are you blocking me here? Oh boy, can you come out? Oh, doesn't come out. So with the font book, I can actually get more details about this font here, but it's kind of hidden, so I cannot see what it shows. Whatever. So yeah, in the header where we were, for the points, it's going to have a font weight of bold, and maybe the size should be 16 pixels. I don't know what it is by default. Still looks small. Let's try 20 is going to be big. Yeah, so let's try 18. More like it. Yeah, more like it. 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 Okay, I'm just going to commit this. Create a different terminal here, and git commits git wait, what do we have first? Package lock src components. Okay, so git commit fit add header. Oh no, that was a mistake. Add header. Oh, I didn't add this first, so git commit. Okay, I can close you. So we have the header. Great job. The next thing is the sidebar. Alright, so let's start from the sidebar, and before we come to this, oh, the sidebar is going to be a lot though. Alright, with the components here, I'm going to create a sidebar.js, export default function sidebar, and this sidebar I'm going to use asides, which is, come on, where are you? Styled. Import styled from styled components. I don't know what's wrong with my extensions today. They're supposed to be helping me autocomplete these things. So I'm going to use aside because now I'm not the best when it comes to accessibility, but I'm learning. And since this is the main content, and this is okay, actually I think this should be the navbar. Yeah, I think this should actually be the navbar, but a navbar can also be in an aside. Yeah, so I think this is the main content and this is the aside, so I'm going to keep this in an aside. You can let me know in the comments what's the best approach to this, but yeah, this is what I'll be using. Return aside. Okay, so this is the aside. Yeah, this aside has a lot of options here. Let's start with this. So first we need the home icon, and because I don't have access to daily.dev's icon library, I'm just going to use remix.icon for this clone. And the first one is the home. So what looks closer to a home here? This has this empty space at the bottom. Is there any of that? This is completely closed. Oh, this looks like it a bit. I'll just take this. So what I do with remix icon, which because I use this for most of my personal projects, this is 18 pixels. I usually select 18 pixels. I leave the color as black because I'm going to make it customizable, and then I copy the SVG. And then back here in the component, I'm going to create a different folder which I call icons, and the first icon I have is the home.js icon. Export default function home, and I'll just paste the SVG here. But this home is going to take two properties, which is the size and the color. For the size, I'm just going to give it a default of 18, and for the color, I'll give it a default of black. So what I do is I would come to this width and the height, and I'll change this to the size that comes in, and for the fill, I'm going to give this the color. So now this is customizable. And back here in the sidebar, I'm going to have the nav. Yeah, and so this is going to be most likely a link. Yeah, these are all links. So yeah, I'll give this a link. I'll use the link components from React Router DOM, which I haven't installed yet. So npm install React Router DOM. Well, I'm just going to use this. Not like I'm going to create pages for these links though, but yeah. So with that, I can now use the link. What's wrong with my extensions today, man? Import link from React Router DOM. Okay, so with the link, yeah, and this is going to have a tool. I'm just going to leave this empty, but the link itself is going to have, so the link itself, I'll give this a class name of link. Is that the best name to give? Yeah, I'll just leave this as link. And then here, this link is going to have a flex container. Oh well, I already have an existing flex container, so I can just have flex here. Then I'll have an align items of center. And the first thing is the home icon. So right here in the link, I would have the home icon. For the color, I'm going to use my color picker. Select the color. What's the color? White. Oh, all right. That looks easy. So for the color, I'm just going to select FFF. For the size, 15 pixels kind of looks. Oh, what am I doing? For the size, I'll give this 15. Yeah. I don't know. Later on, I'll decide if that's nice. And I'll give this a span and a link label basically. And this is going to take my feed. And there is also an icon here which looks more like a toggle or a filter. Let me see if remix icon has it. So filter, remix icon has it, but it's 3 here when it's just 2 here. Let me see if I can get the one of 2. Oh no. Alright, I'm just going to use what I have. Just going to use what I have. So yeah, this 18 pixels, copy SVG. And can I duplicate this file from here? Oh, it doesn't work. I'm just going to copy all of this first. Give this a filter, a JS, and paste this, rename this to filter. Come back here, copy the SVG, head back to this place, and I'll just replace all of this. Yeah, and then I'll take the first SVG away down to this point, and yes, I have my filter. So back here, I can have the button for the filter. Yeah, so this is going to be filter. Come on, man. You should know this already. So I'm just going to call this filter, and then I can have the filter here. This is going to take the same color, or it actually looks lighter in gray. Also, when you hover, it becomes white, but it has something like an opacity. Okay, yeah, that shouldn't be difficult. For the color, I'm just going to call this RGBA 255 255 255, and I'll have 0.5. Yes. For the size, this actually is small, so maybe 14, maybe. Anyways, I have this currently, and in the layout, I am going to have I'm actually going to have a flex container, because this is one here and this is one here. So I have the flex container, and in this flex container I'll have the sidebar. So let's see what this looks like. Okay, is that an error? Yes. And what's happening? Use ref can only be used in the context of a router component. Oh, true. So because I'm using the router, then I have to fix some things here. Router, yeah. Is this okay? Do I need to do more? Yeah, I need to do more. So there is a browser router, then we have the routes, right? Oh boy. Oh great, fixed this already. Awesome. Yeah, so yeah, we have this. The home is very small though. I'm gonna fix that. So 15 is small. I'm so sorry. How about 20? Oh, this looks big. Then maybe 30. Or am I zoomed out? Okay. And this looks kind of too big, so 25. Yeah, seems fair. This is a button, so this is where I am going to add default styles for buttons. So for the buttons, by default, I want no background, I want no borders. So fix up. Awesome. So for the sidebar has this padding at the top here. This padding looks something like 40 pixels. So I'm just coming to fix that here. So padding top 40 pixels. Yeah. And yeah, so it also has, so what width do I give this? It looks like a 250 pixels. Yes, I think it does. So 250 pixels. And from the header, I am just going to steal this border because I don't want to use my color picker anymore. So border right, 1 pixel solid, and the hash for the hexadecimals. And oh, it looks almost perfect, doesn't it? For the height, I'm going to give the height, if I give it 100 pixels, does it work? It doesn't. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the size of the header, and the size of the header is 70 pixels. So what I'm going to do is in the layout up here, I'm going to give this header size 70 pixels. And since the header is a child of the layout component, I'm going to give this header size. And in this sidebar, I'm going to calculate 100 of the vertical height minus the header size. Awesome. So now it still fits the whole 100 height screen. Great. Now to apply colors to this, I am going to steal you because I don't know what color you are. Come on. I'm going to steal you because I don't know what color you are. Okay. Yeah, this is this. And for the link, this is going to take a background color of this. Yes, what else? Also the label has a little margin left of 10 pixels. Yeah, that looks like 10. It also occupies the width that it does occupy, so I'll use a flex one for that. And for this button, I'll give you a class name of filter button. So for the filter button, this is going to take a width of 14 pixels. And what else? Okay, padding left, right, up, bottom. So that's going to be, yeah, so for the link itself, it's going to be padding 5 pixels for vertical, 10 pixels for horizontal. What do we have? Whoa, looking nice. So the link should also be white, and I'm going to fix that by giving color white, and the link should also have a text decoration of, come on, extensions, a text decoration of none. Oh, nice, looking nice, isn't it? So this is this. I'm not going to worry about these pop-ups. And okay, I think this should move a little bit more. Maybe 20 pixels. Is that a stretch? That's a stretch. I'll go back to 15 pixels. Okay, so yeah, this is this. So when you highlight on this, it becomes white. Am I ready to do that? Nope. Okay. So I think the icon is also a bit large, the home icon. So let's look at 22. Feels a bit like home. Yeah. Okay. So we have the first item. Then we're going to talk about these other items here. So yeah. So I'm just going to create demos for this, and I'll call this discover links. This is going to be an array, it's going to be an object. This object is going to have an icon property. It's also going to have a label string. So let's go get these icons. The first one is fire. So I'll go to this place, and this is fire. Can I find anything close? Well, this feels close. I don't have an option. So I'm just going to create a fire icon. Fire.js, paste everything I have in the home because it's easier. So this is everything I have in the home. I'll call this fire. So I'll come here, copy the SVG, replace this bottom part, then I'll clean the first part of the SVG, which is this, and boom, I have the fire. Haha. So what other icon do I need here? I need the top arrow. Top. Yeah, this is the arrow top, 18 pixels. Oh, you know what? I think instead of that copy pasting, it's easier this way. Arrow top.js, export default function arrow top. Okay. No, I think the copy and paste is faster. Yeah, the copy and paste is faster. I can't keep doing this. Size and fill color. So I have the arrow top. I also need comments. Yeah, that looks more like a comment. What do we have here? So this is like this. Comments. Oof. Do you have anything for quotes? Well, yeah, I like the quotes one better. 18 pixels, and I'm just going to home, call this let me call this comments. Yes, comments.js. Paste this. Oh, this should be called comments. I mean, naming is hard. There's no need making it harder, so comments. Yeah. And copy the SVG, paste it here, take out the first SVG, and boom, we have comment. And lastly, we need search. Yeah, search shouldn't be hard. Yeah, this is search. Awesome. Create a new icon. I call this search.js. I think I should expand this a little so you see what I call this. So in the home, take all of this, take all of this, copy this. I'll paste it outside here so that I can just steal this part, take you off, and paste the bottom part, and I'll name this search. Okay, great. So back in Sidebar, yeah, I've gotten all my icons. For the first one, the icon is so the icon is the fire, and what I'll just do is I'll call you icon. So I'll call you the fire. Come on, man, come on. So this is fire, comments. This is fire, comments, arrow top, and search. Okay. And so here this is going to be fire. For the label, popular. Then I'm going to give you 2, 3, 4. The second one is arrow top, and that is most upvoted, yeah. Comment and best discussions, comment and best discussions, and search and search. Okay, so let's basically, I'm going to loop through all of it here. So down here in the nav, I'm just going to have, I can call this a span. So this is just going to be, or a div first. So this is going to be div section. Then I have a span, and for the span I have discover. And yeah, here I'm going to have a list, and then I'm going to loop through the discover links. Let me scroll down. Discover links.map link, and I'm going to return the link. Yes. So I'm just going to leave this empty. Class name, flex, and link. Then I'm going to have link.icon. Yeah. Icon. Yeah. And the color is white. The size is 22. Yeah. I can do this like this. Yeah. And then I also have, come on. And then I also have the span.link label, and this is going to have link.label. Great. Let's see what we have. Ooh, wait, the comment one doesn't show, or the arrow top actually. Arrow top. Then what did I do wrong? Okay, I'm not returning anything here. Alright, you should work now. Great. So let's start with the discover text. So right here in the section, yeah, I think I'll call this section title. Yeah. So in the section and the section title. I'll give this a font size of maybe 40 pixels. I think the weight is also bold. Last time I checked. Right. Yeah, it looks bold. Then the color, I am going to steal again. Yeah, stolen. Yeah. So give this title a color of this. Also, the section is going to have a bit of margin top of 5 pixels. I don't think it's much, yeah. Or 10 pixels. 10 pixels should be okay. Yeah. And awesome. So the link, the list actually is going to have a margin top of maybe 15 pixels. Yes. And okay, so what's happening now is instead of having a background color of this is going to be when the link is active. So if the link is hovered on or the link is active, then you have this background color. So currently this is going to be the default, but when I come here and I give this active, then nothing works actually. Interesting. Hover. So yeah, this is active and then this is hovered, but this is supposed to occupy everything. But then I understand that lists have default styles. I think they have paddings. So I'm just going to take that padding away. And boom, we have this. Nice. For the discover, I am going to, so for the section, I'm going to give this a padding left of 15 pixels. No, I'm just going to give the title a padding left of 15 pixels. Yeah. Great. So what is the missing piece here? So when it is hovered on, the color becomes white. Do I want to worry about that? Maybe I want to. So what is the color of this? Okay, just gonna take you. Yeah. So the color of links by default is this. Yeah. Take this. But then when it's active or it's hovered on, the color is white. Alright, let's see. Okay, so now it becomes white. Awesome. For the icons, so the icons, I can also change the color when it is hovered on to white. Yeah, but I'm not going to worry about that. So yeah, that's just more. But basically you can kind of keep a state of each item, and then when you hover on, so when you keep a state of each item, when you hover on, you basically conditionally change the color. But yeah, I don't want to go through that. So yeah, we have this. Yes. We have this. Why do I feel like something is missing? Okay. So the next one is the manage section. So I'll come down here again. Div.section, span.section title, manage UL, and then I have to come here again, and I'm just going to copy this because it feels like stress. I'll take out this one because there are only 3 items, and I'll call this manage links. And we have bookmarks, reading history, customize. Bookmarks, reading history, customized or customize. So let's work on the icons. Bookmark shouldn't be hard to find. Yes. Let me see how it looks. Yeah, it shouldn't be hard to find. Thought as much. Copy this. Bookmark.js. I'll paste this here. I'll go to the home. Copy this. go down a bit here, paste this, yeah, and I'm just going to take this bottom part to this place and throw this all away, and I'll name this bookmark. Next on board, eye. So this looks like an eye. I'm going to here again, eye. Where can I get an eye? So yeah, this feels more like an eye. Take this, come here to icons, i.js, paste this. No, I didn't copy that correctly. Yeah, copy, paste. Then I'm going to home, steal it, come to I, paste here, apply some formatting so that the thing is indented so I can steal the edge part, and take this off. And of course, call this I. And the next part is settings. So this looks like a settings icon. Settings. Yeah. This feels more like it because it has more edges. Come to icons, settings.js. Come to home again, still all of this. Go back to settings, paste this, apply indentation, still the end of this part, and replace it with this. Call this settings and take this off. Boom. Back to my so because I already believe the imports are not going to work, I'm going to just duplicate this. So I have settings, I have I, and bookmark. Yeah. So come here, bookmark, I, settings, and I'll just copy all of this here, paste it here, but rename this to manage links, and that should do the trick. So awesome. This, and this. I feel like the text here are bigger, or is it the icons? Yeah, the icons look big. So I'm just going to rename every 22 to 20. More like it, maybe 18, which is the default, of course. Yeah, it looks more like it now. Great. And what's left in the sidebar? So what's left in the sidebar is these things at the bottom. Wow, we are not even done yet. Okay, so I'm going to have the footer links. Yeah, I'll call this footer links. I'm just going to have this. Copy, paste, call this footer links. Docs, changelog, feedback, invite people. Docs, changelog, log, feedback, and invite people. So for the icons, let's go through the whole process again. Let's start from docs. So what do we have for docs? Whoa, documents. Whoa, paper. Okay, I mean, you have something on documents, but you told me you didn't. So let's see what's closer. I'm just going to go with you because is anything down? I'll just go with you because you have text. I'll go with you. I'll go with you because I just like you. Copy SVG, come here, and I'll call this file, that's JS. Steal my home. Yeah. Take the edge, replace here. I feel like I should create a CLI tool to automate something like this. A side project idea. The next one is changelog. This is a terminal. What do you have remix on terminal? Awesome, just what I was looking for. Yeah, this feels almost perfect, if not perfect. I'll call this terminal.js. Yes, and I'm not going to take from home this side. I'll just take from search, because I mean it's all the same syntax. I have terminal, steal this, clear this, paste this. Hey, what did I do wrong? Okay, all right, this is for terminal. What else? Feedback. Wow. Okay, do you have anything on feedback? Doesn't have anything on feedback. I'll just use this. Copy SVG. Let me see if it has anything on comment, which is like double. Oh yeah, this actually feels like feedback because it has two. So yeah, I'll use this instead. All right, I know your comments, but I'll call you feedback because that's what I want you to do. Home again, feedback, paste this. I'll call this feedback. I'll clear this part and I'll take this part here and paste it here and clear this part, and we have feedback. And the last icon, please, we have invite people. Whoa, I will just call this invite. Oh boy, people icon, user. So what feels like invite here? Yeah, this feels. Can I have the one which is filled? Yeah, this feels like a user invite, so why not? User invite. Home, take this. I need to create a CLI tool for this. User invite, and yeah, take this, paste this here, clear of view. Oh good gracious, then now I can come here. So I'm just going to collapse you. Yeah, so 1 2 3 4. I'll call this file, or what was the second one? Terminal. The third one was feedback, and the fourth one was user invite feedback. All right, I'm just going to have the icons here now. File, terminal, feedback, and user invite. So I'm going to create another section here and I'll paste you. So yeah, but this doesn't have a section title. Call this footer links. Okay, what do we have? Awesome. But then this one is at the bottom, so we have to make this show at the bottom. And to fix this, I'll give this footer, and so all of the sections appear in the nav. Awesome. So back to this place here in the, where is the nav? Where are you, nav? Okay, I just have it here. So for the nav, I'm going to have display flex. Come on, man. Display flex. Just flex direction column. Yeah. Okay, and then for the section.footer, I want your margin top to be auto so that you can go down. You didn't work, fam. Height 100%. Great. So yeah, we have this at the bottom as it should be, like this. But there is one more thing to the sidebar, which is this stuff here. And yeah, we can quickly do that. But what logo is this though? Can I steal you from here? Where are you? Okay. Inspect. Oh, it's an SVG. Oh, this is an SVG. I don't know. What can I use to replace you here? Let me see, what random icons do you have? Oh, there are a lot of icons. There are a lot. I just want to use one of you. I'm just gonna use this stack. So stack, and for the icons, stack.js. I'll use arrow top this time. Yeah. Stack. Tony Stark. Take all of this away, and yeah. So for the bottom of the sidebar, this is, so I think I'm going to create this as a footer, yeah, and then I'll have all of this div here, and I'll remove the footer from here, and I also have to update my styles, so I just want it to be footer. Yeah. So here in the footer, this is where I'm going to have the, now what do I call this? I'll just call it status. Yeah, status. I don't know. So this is the status. The status has the icon, which is the, what is the icon we just got? Stack. Come on, what's wrong with my extensions today? Stack. Yeah. So for the stack, I think it has a color of, yeah, it has this color that I applied to the, yeah, I think. So I'm just going to give this color like this, yeah. And for the, so there's a border, a broken border. I don't think I'll do that. But let me just call this, so the div and the icon. Yeah, so I have the stack inside. And then the div status text, I can call this status icon. So for the status text, we have the title, span dot status text title, silver, span dot status text next level gold. Okay, I think this should be it for the sidebar. We've spent so much time here. Okay, so this is for the silver. Let's see. So yeah, back to our styles here. So status. So for the status, it has, this looks like 2 pixels solid white with the border radius of this looks like 10 pixels actually, and a padding of like 15 pixels should do justice. Yes. And then there is a status icon, which looks like it has a width of, that looks a bit like 30 pixels, but I know I am very wrong. A border radius of 50%, and a margin right of 15 pixels. And then we have the text. The title has a font weight of bold and a color of white. Yes. And the next has a smaller size, I think 14 pixels. It has a color of, I'm just going to use you. Yes, and I'm also going to make the display block so that it can have a margin top of 3 pixels. Awesome. Then this is going, the status is going to have a flex, and it's going to have an align items of, oh man, my extensions are a mess today, center, and it's also going to have a margin top of 25 pixels, I guess. All right, let's see what we have. Boom. Looks nice, actually. Okay, so there is a margin. So there is a margin of 25 pixels up, 15 pixels left, 15 pixels right, and maybe 20 pixels bottom. Let's see. Okay, like 10 pixels bottom. Feels like 1 pixels is too much, so I'll reduce that. Great. So what's left is the border of the icon. Border 1 pixels solid white. I'm not going to have it broken down. Feels like a long process. And then the icon, I am going to use my flex because I want the icon at the center. That didn't work. Why? Sorry, center, not flex. Oh, I was scared for a second. Okay, so awesome. We have this silver, next level gold, and we have this silver, next level gold. Awesome. We're done with the sidebar. That took some time. All right, so I'm just going to add everything here. I'm not going to use my alias so you can understand what I'm typing. Add sidebar. Great. I thought we were never going to finish. So let's work on the main content, and we'll call it a wrap up. So for the main content, I'm going to create a separate component for that. I'll close this, and I'll call this so I'm going to call this main, then main content.js. Export default function main content. And as you would probably expect, styled component. What am I doing? Main styled.main. Alright. And return main. Okay. So for the main, we have, this is going to be a h1, and the h1 is my feed. Yeah, my feed. This is going to have a padding top of 40 pixels, and the reason I'm using 40 pixels is because I used 40 pixels for this side here, so I want to use 40 pixels for this side here. The h1 doesn't look big, so I'm definitely going to resize that. But before I resize that, I'm going to remove the margins from h1, h2, h3, h4. I don't think I'm going to use as much as h3, h4, but I'm just going to remove the default margins that comes with all of it so that I don't have those worries. So in the h1 here, font size of 16 pixels. Yeah, this is this. So I'll go back to my layout, and I'm going to have main content. Well, at least the extension worked this time. Okay. So I'm going to apply a maximum size of this main content. So where are you? Main content. First, you want to be color white. but I think I'm going to have a content here where I call the maximum width to be 800 pixels, and it's going to be positioned at the center. Yeah, and I'll have this here. Great. You were supposed to be in the center, man. Well, I can just call you Flex. I don't know. I can just call you Flex and justify content to be the center, and the width should be 100%, so that I don't have to worry about this one. No, this is definitely not what I want. So I want the margin auto, but yeah, this is what I want. Yes, 800 pixels feels a bit small, and you also feel a bit small, so I would give you 18 and maybe 1,000. Yeah, that's close. Okay, so I have the heading, and the next thing is the cards. Alright, so let's work on the card. So I'm going to call this new component in the main. I'll call this content card.js. Export default function content card. Card styled.div, and I'll return the card. So this content card is going to receive a couple of properties. First, it's going to receive sponsored, which is going to be false by default. It's also going to receive the name, or I'll just call this the title. It's going to receive the image, and no, this sponsored cannot be false actually. It's going to be an empty object. And also it's going to receive the logo, which is optional. It's going to receive the title. Sorry, I already got the title. It's going to receive the date, the read time, and it's going to receive the reactions. I think that's it, right? Yeah, that's it. So for the card, this is going to be what border? Yeah, it feels like the same border, so I'm just going to steal this border from here. Yes, so border 1 pixel solid, and it has a border radius of 10 pixels. That's what my instinct says. Okay, where do we start from? Okay, so I'm just going to have this rough. So this is going to be div.title. I'll call this card title. Then this is going to be div.card image. Yeah, and then this is going to be div.card reactions. Okay, so in this title, I feel like I want to return 2 cards actually. So it's going to be if sponsored.buy, if there's a buy property, then this is a sponsored card. So I'm going to have sponsored card. For this sponsored card, what I'm just going to do is sponsored card equals to styled, but I'm going to pass in this card instead. So if this sponsored exists, I'm going to use a sponsored card, else I'll just use the normal card. And in the sponsored card has the card title, it has the card image, and it has a card sponsor. Yeah, but this has the card title, it has the image, and it has the reactions. So for this sponsored card, this is going to be the title, of course. I can put this in a span if I want. Well, I think the card should actually be an article because it feels like the best accessible thing to use at this point. So we have the title, and yeah, so this is the title. I want to actually keep this in a span. It just feels so open in a div. This is the card image, and we have the image src to be image. For the alt, I'll just leave the alt empty since the title is already provided. And for the sponsored by, this is going to be promoted by sponsored.by. Yes, great. And for the title here, this is also going to be, so for the title here, this is going to first have an image, card title logo, and this is going to be logo. Alt, I'll just leave that empty, and then we actually have the title now. And then we also have the read time. So this is going to be div.card title. I'll just call this date. Yeah. And so I'm going to pass in. So for this is going to be the date, and this is going to be the read time. Also, this is going to be the image, src image. I'll leave this empty, and this is going to be the reactions. It's going to be the reactions, and once again, we need icons. We already have arrow up. Thankfully, we have comments, we have bookmarks, so we have everything already. That's so nice. So here I'm just going to create a reaction. How do I put this now? Reaction list. So in this reaction list is going to be an array. The icon here is arrow top, and the label here. So the label here, if the reactions dot likes is greater than 0, then we have the reactions dot likes, else we just have an empty string. And this is going to be the same for the remaining two. The next one is comments. Yeah, I'm just going to have the same thing for reactions dot comments, and this is bookmark and reactions dot bookmarks. Great. And then here I'm just going to loop through reactions list dot map reaction, and have a div. I have the reaction dot icon. This should be capital I. Yeah, so we have the reaction dot icon, and then we also have the reaction dot label. I'll have that in a span. I'll call this reaction dot label. Okay, yeah, we have our card. Just to see how our card looks on the main content, so I'm just here in the feed. I'm going to have cards. Yeah, so this is the cards, and here instead of using flex, I'm going to use grid. So display grid template columns would be, there are 3 items in the grid, so it's going to be repeat 3.1 occupying the same fraction. Yeah, and these are the cards, and I'm just going to have demo data. Oh, seems I didn't export it. Yeah, I did. Ugh. Import demo data from constants. Awesome. So yeah, this is going to be demo data dot map data, and then I have the content card. Yeah, for the key, I'm just going to use the d.title name. For the title, I'll use d.name. For the date, I use d.date. For the read time, d.read time. For the sponsored, d.sponsored. And okay, this should be a return. Okay, yeah, so let's see how it looks. Something is crashing. Oh, I didn't put the image. Yeah, it's true. Image d.image. Can you walk now, please? Whoa, that's a lot of errors. So it cannot read likes. Why can you not read likes? Why can you not read likes? So it says, okay, first it needs a unique key, and I think that's for this place here. Okay, so for the key, I don't know, I'm just going to have the reaction.icon as the key. I don't know if that's the best. In the sidebar, in the sidebar, I also didn't provide a key. I'll do that immediately. Yes, I didn't have keys here. Link.label. Yeah, I'm going to have this also for this because I forgot. How did I forget to add a key? Yeah. Okay. So yeah, it definitely encounters 2 children here, and that's because I had the same name in the demo data. Cannot read properties of undefined, reading likes. So what am I doing wrongly here though? Reactions. Well, didn't I pass the reactions? Oh, I didn't. Yeah, that was what I forgot. Reactions. Okay. Yes, we have this, and it's littered all over the page. So yeah, time to apply some styles. First thing first, this has to be a margin top of, that looks like 30 pixels. So this is going to be margin top 30 pixels. It also needs a gap. The gap looks like 25 pixels. Grid gap 25 pixels. And yeah, so let's work on the height and the width of the card. So here, this is the height. This is the card for height. And let's see height. Let's see how a height of 100 pixels. This looks small. And the width is 100% because it will be determined by the grid. And yes, so this is the card. Next, we have the card title. This is the card title. For the title, so the title is going to take like, now this looks small. If I have 200, then the title can take 80 pixels. The image can take 100 pixels, which looks like a lot. The image can take 90 pixels. Yeah, 90 pixels. And the reactions or the sponsor can take a height of 30 pixels. Yeah. And for the image, I'm definitely going to fix you. Come on. This is going to be width 100% height, 100% object fit cover. Yeah. Let's see how this looks. Okay, that looks better. But we definitely need more space in the card. So 200 pixels is definitely small. Maybe 300. Yeah, looks better. So for this, the title can now take 100 or even 120. The image can take 140, and this is 260 in total, so that leaves 40 pixels for this one. Okay, all right, let's apply some styles and see how that comes out. So first thing, the title needs, so the whole container has a padding of like 7 pixels. Yeah, and but the title has extra, looks like 10 pixels in it. Yeah, but the 10 pixels is just left to right, so I'll leave this like this, and this has a top of 10 pixels but a left right of 7 pixels. For the title, this is going to be color white, font size 18 pixels. Yeah, looks like 18 pixels. It's not bold. Then maybe 20 pixels. Oh yeah, looks more like it. I think I need more padding here, so this is going to be 12 pixels. You actually need to be a bit bigger. Yeah, so this is, yeah, looks okay. And maybe a line height, would do some justice, and that's too much. 1.5. Yeah, looks good. For the image, for the title, I'll give you an extra 10 pixels so that you have more space. Yeah. Okay, so this is it for the card, and this is the image. So the image shows well, not completely. I can give the image more, maybe 10 pixels extra. Yeah, this is okay. Then the sponsored by looks very small, so for in this space here, because this is the one that talks about the sponsor, so for the sponsor, this definitely takes a color of, I don't think that's white. Yeah, it takes this color. I'm just going to steal you quickly. Yeah, stolen. Yeah, color, yes. And this is going to be display flex, align items to be center. Okay, but it doesn't feel like it has. Okay, so this is also going to have like a padding of 10 pixels by the left and the right. 10 pixels feels small. Let's make it 15, and for the title, also make it 15. Yeah, more like it. I think the card needs to be a bit bigger. Yeah, and then the title can take more space, of course. Okay, yeah, this looks okay. Not perfect, of course. Well, we can also add the background here. There's a background for the card. So yeah, that can definitely improve the looks. Background, color. Yeah. Yeah. Looks better now, doesn't it? The promoted by is small in size. So yeah, let's just use 14 pixels for that. Yeah, looks, I feel like we're done with the promoted card. Yeah. Well, I think the promoted card, the sponsored card, has more padding at the top. So what padding did we add before? So at the top it was 7 pixels before, but yeah, maybe this needs like 12 pixels. That is not mine. Yeah, this is mine. Okay, yeah, this looks okay, and we can do with this. Now let's move to the other card. So for the title has a logo. How did I name that again? So title, logo. Okay, so the title has a logo, and for the logo, this can be a width of 20 pixels, border radius 50%, overflow hidden, and the image itself has a width of 100%, height of 100%, and object fit of cover. Let's see. Well, the logo isn't showing though. What's wrong? I probably am not passing the logo in the main content. I knew it. Logo d.logo. Yes. And 20 pixels for a logo looks big. I didn't expect that to be big though. So let's have 15 pixels. Wait. Oh. Yeah, I didn't expect 20 pixels to actually look big. And now that's small. So let's improve the condition a little. Yes. Maybe 25 pixels would be better. Yes. And yeah, then the title, the logo would have a margin bottom of like 20 pixels, I guess. Yeah, I feel like my card is going to need more space. So I'll just come here again and let's jump to 380 and give the card like 160 or even 170. Yeah, the card has a lot of space now. For the dates, so this is the logo, this is the title, and here there is the title dates. So yeah, this is the title date. For the title dates, I'm just going to steal this color again. Yeah, color, font size, you also look very small, maybe even 13 pixels if I'm not wrong, or 14 pixels should be okay. Yeah. Oh, that's true, the image also has a border radius of maybe 7 pixels. Yeah, and the overflow is definitely hidden. Okay, maybe 10 pixels then. Okay, so I am going to, so the date here, you can see that the date is at the bottom here. So I'm going to use that display flex hack again. Flex direction column, and for the date it's just going to be margin top auto. So, well, that didn't work. That didn't work. Oh, because I applied it on the wrong place. Yeah. So yeah, great. Maybe the image can have a little margin top of 5 pixels. Yeah, great. For this very long content, I am just going to leave you like this, unless I want to give the card 400 pixels. So I finally got to 400 for the title. Yeah, you can have more space now. Oh, great. Yeah, you have more space now. Yeah, that should be it. Then for the reactions, so this is the image. Then for the reactions, this is going to be display flex, align items to be center, justify content to be space space between. Yeah, great, awesome. Then we can apply colors to the icons. Yeah, going to steal you. Sorry, I've been using the word steal. But for the icon here, you're going to take this color. And for the size, I think, well, this looks small. How does 18 look like? You still look a bit, maybe 20. Well, more like it. Then the reactions also has a padding, 0 and 20 pixels, so that yeah. But wow, I never knew we were going to get to this point, but I feel like this needs some space, and now it's very close to the bottom. I know. Okay, give me extra 20 pixels. Okay, yeah, this looks a bit nicer. So for the reactions, 70 pixels. Okay, great. So for the reactions, I'm also going to apply this color for the text, and also give it maybe 15 pixels, I don't know. For the reaction, I'm going to give you a class name, and I'll call this card reactions reaction. Yeah, reactions reaction, and basically I'm going to give you a flex. Yeah, and a justify or an align content. Is it align? Okay, align items of center. I think you're also bold. Yes, you're bold. So font weight of bold. And for the reaction counts, I'm going to give you a margin left of 5 pixels or even 10. Yeah, so here I'll just give you a reaction count. And there we go. Yes, and this is our daily dev clone. There is literally so much we can do, because here you can hover, there is this icon that shows when you hover, there is this, yeah, there is so much of it, and then we have this, and then we have this, and yeah, this is our own clone. We have all of this here, we have this, well, we don't have the hover effect, but oh wait, this is supposed to be fixed. Actually, I can quickly fix that. Sidebar, and this should be sticky. I think instead of using fix, I can use sticky. Right. So I'm going to use the header size. Great. So that this sticks. Oh, and the header doesn't stick. Okay, why didn't I factor this in? So the header is going to be fixed with a top of 0. And I know that's going to affect a lot of things, but for the main content, basically I'm going to add 40 pixels as the padding to the header size. Can you come down, please? Hey, come on. No, not today. This is going to have a width of 100%. Header size. Am I spelling that wrongly? I'm not. Yeah, header size. Oh yeah, everything is fixed. Great. So yeah, okay. And then there comes the Z index. And I'm going to call this 2000 because I want this at the top. What's happening? Okay, this does not have a background color of its own. I think you can inherit the background color. Yes, great. Yeah. So yeah, this is daily dev, and this is daily dev clone. Well, this was fun building. I didn't expect it to take this long, but I'm excited to see the outcome. If you found me showing my process like this very helpful, kindly like this video, kindly subscribe, and also share so you can see more of my upcoming how to build clones. But I just discovered one thing I missed here was the date. I didn't correctly format that, but yeah, that's minor. Anyways, thanks for joining me in my journey.